Hello and welcome to another episode of Shootin with the Scots.
What's going on, everybody?
As always, we are the Scots. I am one of your hosts, Mrs. Cherron Scott.
I'm your co-host, Peter Scott, also known as Gamer for Hire. What's going on, folks?
Yes, and we are here today, as we are every week, to go over our week, talk about our roses and thorns, and to just shoot whatever shit comes across the table. Sometimes I'll have a neat little question to ask Peter. Sometimes I'll have seen something on the internet that pissed me off and I want to talk about it. But 9 times out of 10, we'll just have a topic and just chat and see where things go from there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what's going on today? What's your rose and your thorn?
My thorn is that ChickfilA keep forgetting my damn fries whenever we order delivery.
Twice in a row.
Twice in a row. So every Wednesday is kind of like our tradition, like our reward for recording new podcast episodes. We get ChickfilA every Wednesday. 9 times out of 10, we order the same shit.
You don't stray too far from the path.
Pretty simple. However, literally for the past 2 weeks, we've gotten everything but my fries. I'll ask for extra ice. Last week, they gave us a whole extra cup of ice. And I'm just like, I just want an extra ice in my soda. But okay. I'll ask for extra pickles. They'll give me the whole ass cup of pickles on the side. But no fucking fries. And they'll have your fries, but not mine. So I'm like, you go into the fry station anyway, you're not going to pick up a medium and a large fry knowing that both of them come with a meal. Yeah. And it's been 2 weeks in a row.
Last week I had to make a complaint. So we'll see what happens today.
I really want to put in a special note. Don't forget the medium fry, please.
Just put it, you forgot my fries twice. Don't make it a third time.
That's
if you can fit that many letters in there.
I'll try. I'll shorthand it. Go back to prehistoric
T9.
texting.
Did that ST8.
So that is definitely my thorn. And if they forget my fries, I'm going to just fucking go up there today. I'm getting so tired of forgetting my fries.
So what's your rose?
My rose has me feeling all different types of emotions. Went to the doctor's today, got a sonogram, and apparently our baby is measuring 2 weeks ahead, which puts her at 40 weeks, ready to come out of me at any moment. And I'm sitting here I'm only 37. We got some time, but apparently not. She can just decide to come whenever. So
Tony's gonna be a New Year's baby.
And I'm excited because I'm impatient. I feel like I have been waiting forever to meet my dang baby, and I'm ready to just hold her in my arms and finally see her chunky little face. Yeah. But I'm also just my anxiety is through the roof because I'm I don't know what to expect. And I talked about it in therapy, and I'm trying to my therapist was just don't go into it thinking of all the stuff you can't control. Think about all the things you can control. Even if it's something as simple as you can control how bright it is in the room. You can control what type of music you're listening to. Start to reframe things that way.
Yeah.
But I'm also just the main thing that's just got me anxious is I don't know when she's gonna when she's gonna decide. I could be getting all hyped up and everything,
and she's still waiting
until the 17th. So I'm just trying to
temper your expectations.
Right.
Nah, I get it. Yeah, hearing that today, it didn't scare me or anything, but it was more well, I'm glad I'm ready. Got everything set up. I ain't gonna be rushing to build nothing or put nothing together or put any car seats in the car. We got bags packed, all that good jazz.
I was gonna say, I feel like we jinxed it because we literally just put the car seat in the car yesterday.
We did. We showed her we were ready.
So, and overall, mostly excitement, but just the little bit of things. It's just and me. I'm a little bit of a complicated person because I don't like waiting. Mm-hmm. However, I'm a huge procrastinator. So it's just
I'm not. I'm trying not to think about it at all. This entire time, I'm just yeah, we're having a baby, but also I'm gonna keep acting like we're not because I'm impatient. I would like say we're going on vacation. I would not be able to really sleep the night before,
Right.
or
I'm
something.
never able to sleep the night before a vacation or anything
So
like
if
that.
I'm just thinking about it all the time, I would like I've told you, I've had multiple dreams about this kid. Lately, I've just randomly been waking up in the middle of the night and can't really go back to sleep. And when I do, my alarm goes off, and it just pisses me off more. But it's knowing that we're getting closer to the previous date I thought we had.
Right.
Seeing how my condition is now, I don't even know if I'll sleep tonight.
And I was going to say, but that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to like not get extremely excited because, like I said, she could just still wait until
She could.
the 17th.
So, like I said, I'm not thinking about it. And whenever it happens, I'm gonna be surprised, just like everybody else. I'm gonna be, oh, we're having a baby. Oh, you didn't tell me 9 months ago we were having a baby.
And then for me, it's just like, how will I know? Like, I don't want to be in labor for like 2 days and not know that I was in labor for 2 days. Like,
well, it's not like you're gonna die.
I mean, no, but it's also just like.
And there's the other question: would you rather be in labor at the hospital for 2 days or at home for 2 days?
Yeah, I would much rather be at home. Like, that was always my thing. I want to labor at home as long as possible. But it's also just like, I don't want to be feeling fine and not knowing what like contractions feel like. So just be like feeling discomfort.
I feel like you'll feel the contraction, like, the real one, when it's time to come. You're gonna be like, double over.
That hurt. Yeah, but I just.
She got a big old head. She weighing 8 ounces or whatever.
8 pounds.
8 pounds.
A whole 8 pounds.
So.
And of course, the ultrasound tech was like, give or take a pound. And I'm like, you write your checks, my vag can't cash, baby girl. Like,
yeah, all right. She's made specifically for you.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Positive affirmations. All those good things. I'm just like, it's just the waiting game. Like, I really just wish I could be like, okay, go into labor now. Like, I don't have anything.
As soon as the ball drops, the water gonna break. Same sync up at the same time. Bam.
Hilarious.
That's how we're gonna know.
Yeah. Was that your rose?
Oh, sure.
No.
I don't really have a rose or a thorn, so yeah, let's go with that. Like I said, I don't have a thorn. Things have been pretty good. Don't really have anything to complain about. Rose, I've been finishing the Raid and Avengers more often lately. Been getting solid groups of people to play with.
That's good.
If I did have a thorn, it would be veterans of the game, I'll say. Gosh. Complaining and rage quitting when, as they call them, noobs get on the raid. I'm just like, but
how do you expect them to learn? You were there too, right?
You didn't know what to expect in this raid at one point. These people just got PS5s and just got this game, so it's like, carry them for a little bit until they get some
experience,
some equipment, so they can level up their characters. And it's just like, and it's a double-edged sword because when I see low-level people get on, I'm like, I want to stay and help, but I feel like at least one of y'all is gonna be like, "Whoa, I didn't sign up for this shit,"
and back out
and quit. I'm just like, all right, going back to the Quinjet. Gotta wait for another person to join.
I was say that might surprise you though. Like, hold out hope.
So there's that.
Gosh,
that's about. Regarding your insurance reimbursement. What?
Yeah, spam message.
Well, I'll let everybody in on this because I'm not expecting nothing of it.
Thanks for letting me in on this.
You'll know when I tell you. So,
which is right now.
You'll remember when I tell you. I'll say that then. Gosh. A few months ago, this old lady hit me or T-boned me in the side of my car, and wanted to make it seem like it's my fault, but just the way the accident happened and the impacts and the damage on the car, it's obvious to all parties whose fault this is.
Right.
So they were trying to get, her to pay for the repairs, which is only like $500. It's my deductible. And it was a month-long process, and at the end of the day, somebody called me and was like, we'll keep trying to get this, but it doesn't look like we're getting it. So the text message was like, we're trying to reach you about your reimbursement and yada yada yada. I didn't recognize the number, but it could be just one of those progressive text short numbers or whatever. I just gotta look at the text and then look at my account and see what's going on. So who knows? I doubt it. It's 80% spam. So, but hold out for that 20%.
I hold out hope, because, extra $500 would be nice.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
It would be nice. Okay. Interesting you bring that up. Because, our topic for today, I just want to, reminisce on the year and think about impactful lessons that we've learned throughout. I feel like we have gone through
impactful lessons.
I feel like we've dealt with a lot of, different pretty big things that have improved our relationship, but just the way they came about, it's we never would have come to terms with this, I guess, or learned this.
Oh, you're gonna have to refresh my memory, because I can't remember what I had for lunch a week ago.
Oh my gosh.
Who knows about the rest of this year?
Oh my gosh. So one thing for me,
and I'm sorry, last thing I'll say that you can go. It's also felt like these last 3 years have just ran together. I don't know what happened when and when happened what, so.
Yeah. 100% agree. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I can't, it's hard for me to solidly remember anything before I got pregnant, or before I found out I was pregnant. Like January to April is just a blur.
Yeah, I don't know what happened before vacation.
So, some of these things might have actually happened in 2020, but I'm pretty sure most of them happened in 2021.
Okay.
So, one of the things, and I was thinking about it, I was like, but I'm pretty sure, I'll start. So, one of the things that I learned is just that it's okay to quit some things. You don't have to be 10 toes down on something just because you started it. You can always be this isn't really working for me. And for that, as an example, I go back to the Adult Deck podcast, and the first time we started podcasting and working through things.
We had a dining room table. That was top of the pandemic.
Right?
That was tippy top.
It was
starting.
I would say we started the podcast and I'm pretty sure we started in April 2020.
Yeah.
And then, but it was I think right up on the year mark, I was kind of just you know what? This isn't really working. I'm burnt out. Yeah. I don't look forward to doing this. It was a lot of just me internally not being prepared. I put way too much emphasis on what I expected the numbers to be, and then they weren't really that. So it was I was doing it for the numbers and doing it for the viewers, and then not getting the viewers, which made me upset about it. And I was just so instead of continuously stressing myself out, I kind of was just you know what? I think I'm gonna nip this in the bud. I think we're done with this. It has served its purpose.
But in the aspect of learning a lot and just things you picked up throughout the year and experiences you had, we wouldn't have gotten this far without the Adult Deck.
You're right. And that's the thing too. I'm grateful that
our cameras was
happened.
off, our lighting was off.
Oh my gosh.
Whew, it was sound was off. It was a struggle,
It
bro.
was a I used to hate, oh my gosh, I used to hate rewatching those episodes as they came out. Like, I was like, like, I didn't like the way my voice sounded. Like, I was just, and I feel like that's something that you never really grow out of.
I was low-key upset when you removed them off the channel. But I'm like, I get it, clean it up, let it look more appealing and professional, you know, put your best foot forward and whatnot. But also, like, these niggas know where we came from. We started from the ground up.
Hilarious. Yeah.
And it's like, we're not too far up. We're like on the second floor now. But we started there.
It was just, I don't know.
Trying to figure out what was the best way to podcast.
Yeah.
What felt more comfortable and natural.
I was gonna say, and then just like for me, it was also just like the subject matter. Like, I didn't want, I don't know, like I wasn't being authentic, and I think that's what like was the most harmful out of all of it. It was just like I kept putting on a facade, like, no, I'm being a good girl. I don't smoke weed or drink or like like it was no cursing. Like, it's like, what the fuck, like.
Oh man, wouldn't bring up narcotics, and then once the camera's off, like,
literally.
Relax.
It was so stressful, and it was like, and the crazy thing is that it was stress that I was putting on myself, like. Yeah. So just taking a step back and learning that like it's okay for you to like stop something and be like, this isn't working. Let's pivot. Let's.
About to say the pandemic was optimal for pivoting for a lot of people.
Gosh.
It's like, all right, that didn't work. Let's try this. We got time. We got time to fail and succeed.
Yes. So. And then like I feel like you'll always be failing and succeeding. Mm-hmm. Like it'll always be something changing. It'll always be something. You learn more, you do more. Like, when you know better, you do better.
I think it was this year that I started gaming.
Yeah.
And streaming my games. That was interesting to start with and figure out how that works. Figure out how I was going to do that and what was the best way to do it. And how I got my setup I got now. It was perfect.
But.
And then I tried to change some things thinking it'll work better for me. And it's just like... It's a hit and a miss sometimes. So yeah. I might be going back to the way I had it and just keeping it that way. It worked. So
it worked.
I was fine. But that's another thing. It's like, who did I want to be on camera? What type of gamer did I want to be? And just figuring that out. Like, risking our channel's copyright.
Oh my gosh.
So I can jam and play Avengers at the same time. So. But knowing that as long as you don't dispute their copyright claim, your channel's pretty much fine. And it's like,
I was saying, as long as you don't save it and just like have that music constantly playing.
So I'm not gonna dispute that. If you miss it live, you just missed it. So everything else, I don't play music while I play because they got stories and whatnot. But I think I found my niche on where I like to be and how I like to do things. So
nice.
It's just a commitment. It's not gonna sound well coming from a almost new father and a married man of 2 years now. But when it comes to things like that, being on camera and all of that, I have a commitment problem. So
commitment to being on camera. Why so?
I don't like people looking at me.
Nobody is like. Not too many people are actively looking at you.
Man, sometimes my numbers be up there, especially like the Avengers playlist when I'm jamming. People be watching. I get nervous.
You get nervous?
I don't like being watched. You know this.
You
know specifically.
But has it like? How long have You've been doing it for like a good couple months.
Yeah, I have. And like most of the time, just like with this pregnancy, I just can't think about it. But I have a habit of needing to be, what's the word? It's like applauded, confirmed. It's a word. I'm missing it. It's completely out of my purview. But I tend to look at if people are actually watching, like
validated.
Validated.
Okay.
There you go. That's the word I was missing. I have a tendency to need to be validated. So I tend to, like, while I'm streaming, I hit the viewer and see how many people are watching. And then once it get over like a 5, I'm like, oh shit.
You get
There's
nervous.
a lot of people watching. Don't look at the camera. Just keep playing your game.
So, do you ever think you'll grow out of that stage fright, or do you think it's something that you'll like?
No, it's gonna be a thing. It's always been a thing. I've never. You know for a fact that
Yes.
I know my main goal in a lot of people's life is playing backstage second fiddle. It's like, to some people that sounds bad, but to me, I know where I excel. I don't excel in the spotlight. So I can make you look great, fabulous. Put me in the producer role. I'll be fine. Great. But put me up in that camera, I sweat. So I don't think it's ever gonna go away. I think that's always gonna be a thing for me. Hell, this baby is gonna be a thing. It's gonna, am I doing this right? Does she like me? She's crying. She doesn't like me.
I feel like that's the thing for everybody.
Woo! My anxiety is gonna be through the roof. But I'll be fine.
So it's not something that makes you so uncomfortable that you want to quit, but it is something that's just like,
it's in my head. It's in the back of my mind. It's always going to be that nagging voice in the back of your head. It's like, hey, you're going to fuck up. All these people are watching you. Don't do something stupid. So, yeah.
Okay. I think another impactful lesson that I've learned this year, and I don't want it to be too vague, but like, I don't know how to make it like any sharper, I guess. It's more so just communicating and not being afraid to like say that something makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
So like, and it was a lot. But more so, I want to say disagreement, but no words were ever exchanged. It was just a lot of passive-aggressive bullshit. But for lack of a better word, we had a disagreement with the neighbors upstairs about the volume of our TV. And it was one of those things where I had like kind of always had a little bit of an issue with it, but I never said anything about it because I was just like, keep the peace, let Peter do what he want to do. Like, but once other people started having issues with it, then that became the uncomfortable part of it, when it was slamming on shit and stomping on the ground and all this other bullshit. And it was just like, I don't know. I feel like I've learned that if I would have just effectively communicated from the jump, then it would not have gotten to this far, and we would not have had the argument and constant disagreement that we did throughout that time period. Because it was a good, good couple weeks, good month or two. It was just straight tension for no real reason.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. There's really nothing else to say about it. Like, it was a rough little bit there. Communication did get better because there was a lot of not really miscommunication, but we both had solid points of why we felt the way we felt. I think that was our real first test of compromising.
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, truly, like, we both feel that we're right, but this is obviously not
working,
solving anything.
Yeah, and like me, it's weird, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately, just because of like how a home environment is like a combination of both of the environments that we grew up in, but like in a way that works for us. So and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like for me, because there was always so much going on and so many people lived in our house all the time and we were always around each other and like never really had any like silent quiet time, I guess. Mm-hmm. There was always something on, always people moving back and forth, like there was always noise around. So now that I've like lived by myself away from my family, I'm always just like, I just want quiet, like it's just quiet, like doesn't nothing have to be on too long, like I can, and it trips you out, but like literally, like when you leave the house, it'd be silent here, like no TV, no music, no nothing. I just be chilling.
My mind just can't take the silence. Like I enjoy living with your family. Like you said, it was always something was always happening, and always. That's kind of how it was at my house, but it was more so work was always happening. And then there was babies always in the house because my mother had a daycare, so there was always noise. But this, at your place, I was fine with the noise, but I think why it didn't bother me is because I wasn't forced to do anything. I can still do what I want, and everybody did what they want, so...
I was gonna say, but I feel like...
But my mind also can't take silence. So, I don't get it.
But you, like me now, I'm always like, let's just not have any noise. But like you, on the other hand, is like, oh, like you said, you can't take the silence. So it's always TV on, music playing, like at one point, like the game used to be loud, but you would still listen to YouTube, and it was just like, it's too much, like too many sounds. So it's just interesting how like we had to communicate and create a space where it was comfortable for the both of us. Like
now in the mornings, I use my headphones a lot more. Yeah. I still got my noise going. Like even now at the end of the year, where all our content creators are on vacation and there ain't a lot of shit to watch. I'm still listening to music once my videos are finished. Yeah. So, yes, compromising and I guess reconfiguring our home life has been a big thing this year. And that was even before the baby was coming. So
right, that was before. And even then, it's just like a second part of that was also just like, I guess I had to learn that, like, it's okay for me to be comfortable, even if, like, I perceive it to make somebody else uncomfortable.
Yeah.
like, I'm always worried if, like, oh, like, is Peter okay with this? Like, and it's not just, you, but, like, even growing up, it was like, I didn't always do what I wanted to do because, like, somebody else had an issue with it, or, it went against.
That's something else, like, that's something else I've learned about us just living and being together more often is we both had a lot of the same upbringing, but how we dealt with it was different.
Yes, very much so.
So, as you were saying, like, you never really got to do what you wanted. You always made sure everybody else was okay, though. And always had to submit to somebody else's decisions. So now, it's even more so. You're still concerned about other people and concerned if they're having their way, regardless of if it puts you out of your way. But me now, I'm definitely putting my damn foot down. I don't give a fuck. This is what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way for nothing. Like, if I go out of my way for you, I love you. Like, absolutely, positively. But other than that, nah. You need me to drop who off? Is that on the way home? Nah, I'm not going that way. And I'm fine with saying, it took me a long time to start saying no, and I'm not turning back.
Hilarious. Like, and we were talking about it last night. It's like, I feel very strongly about this, but the fact that somebody else is uncomfortable about it makes me like, do I feel strongly about this? Like,
that validates me even more. I'm like, yes, I'm right. Oh, you don't like this? Then I'm definitely right.
Gosh. Yeah. So it's just, I feel like that has been like the biggest thing. And like even, and it's not, I still haven't even like perfected it. Like, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better with just being like,
standing your ground, putting your foot down.
This is what I want.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And you're getting more confident in asking for your way.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why you ever thought it was a problem, because you're always baffled by my response to when you ask for shit. And I'm just like, yeah.
Because it's just like, it's because I've always preconditioned myself to a certain answer before I even ask the question. Like I'm trying, in order to, and honestly, it's the reason I procrastinate so much. It's like, because I fear the negative outcome of things. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I could do something and it'd be perfectly fine and it'd be received well. That's why I like this podcast in the form that it's in is like so much for me, because it's like, I'm not curating myself to a certain audience. Because like the reason with the adult deck, the reason I curated the adult deck and tried to curate that to a certain audience was to appease people and not have negative lashback from it. So like, and like that goes across the board, even at home. Like I always try to assess what the answer is going to be before I ask the question, to determine if I'm going to answer the question, because I don't want a negative outcome from me asking the question. Like, so, and it's just like the simplest things. Like, that's why I'm always surprised, because it's like, dang, it's like, it's really that easy. Like, it's not always going to be a no. It's not always going to be a excuse or a reason why. Like,
because I've been thinking about how I grew up a lot lately, and that was big in my household. I'm not purposely saying no, but being an adult now and understanding the woes of life, it's more so that they probably said no because they were exhausted and tired and didn't really like. It's probably something that I really wanted to do and probably needed to do for my own health and growth, but it's just like, they're their own people too, and they can't be parents 24/7. Like, they got to be themselves. They got to have time to relax, and it's like, if the kids are fed, they're clothed, and they have shit to do, then I'm gonna sit down for a bit. And I understand that nowadays. But also, it's like, yeah, but sometimes your kids need to be validated too.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need to do those things they ask you to do. And that might be traumatic for them to not have a reason why they get a no. So, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
I think it's interesting. It's like, and that's the thing. So it's interesting because I've kind of like unpacked it a little bit, but it's funny that you say you realize that now as an adult. Like, I feel like I was forced to realize that as a kid, and even like knowing that, you know, we couldn't afford it sometimes, or we didn't have the time to, or my mom had to work, or like stuff like that. Like, I can't spend $20 on going to the movies and hanging out with people if we need that $20 to put in the gas tank so my mom can get to work. Like, so it's like realizing that at a young age. That's why I say I would always like temper my questions, and then not even like, I got to the point where I didn't even ask for stuff. Like, I didn't even ask to do things or to go places, because it was like, I realized that because my mother is exhausted, because, you know, we can't afford it, because of whatever reason, the answer was already going to be no. So it's like,
I got there as an adult. As a kid, I just got tired of being told no, so I just stopped asking.
No, I always knew why, and that's why I stopped asking.
I was just tired of being told no. It's like, Why do you need to know who's taking me home? You got me there. Can't you pick me up? It never clicked that this is a two-way street. You want to hang out with them, their parents should be responsible too.
Yeah. And then it's yeah. It was a lot of stuff.
But hey, kids shouldn't have to worry about that.
No, they shouldn't. But some kids do.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just like, it trips me out how so much stuff from childhood just like carries over into adulthood. And it's like, and it's hard, you know, having been this way for so long and then trying to like actively unpack and change it. It's just like, but I'm used to doing this. Like, this is what has worked for so long. Like, and it's getting out of survival mode. Like,
oh, yeah, I get it. Like, when we went on our vacation, I'm like, my parents took vacations for them, not us. Like, I get this now.
Oh, man.
I needed this. A whole week just off doing what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I get why the parent was like, yeah, go to the pool. I don't care. I'm asleep.
Go sit down somewhere. Like,
Well, watch your little brother. Y'all be fine.
Yeah. Vacation. Oh, vacation was great. Vacation, I think, it was one of the first times where I feel like we did something for us and not like in comparison to everybody else's expectations. Like, and it's so funny because people always be like, oh, I just did this or I just did that. And it's like, no, like, you did it and you got to enjoy it. Like, at first I was like, oh, we just went to Virginia Beach. Like, we just going to Virginia Beach. But it's like, nah, we went to Virginia Beach and had a fucking grand old time.
Going on vacation.
Like, I never got to go to Virginia Beach before. Like, I never got to experience that.
That was the spot for my family. Like, Ocean City? If we can do it 3 days, we'll go to Ocean City. For vacation, Virginia Beach or Myrtle Beach. That was the spot. It's like, we getting out of it. We are 4 hours away. There ain't no going home. There ain't no rushing home. If shit explodes, it explodes. We will deal with that shit when we get back.
So, it was just nice to, like I said, to experience something that was just for us, like, not, I don't know, I feel like you always have to try to, not always, but like sometimes subconsciously, and especially with social media, like, you try to live up to other people's expectations,
especially with social. I don't think we took a lot of pictures. I mean, we took pictures and posted stuff, but it was more so just enjoying each other's company and enjoying being out and experiencing everything we experienced. Like, it made me understand the reason why hotels ask for deposits and how it's a good thing for both parties. It's like, I was expecting to spend more money on vacation, but because of that deposit, I was like,
no, we really gonna spend money.
I can go get a massage now. This is nice.
It was great. We was ordering room, like literally just not like I never experienced a vacation like that. Like, ordering room service. We was like renting the little umbrellas and little beds on the beach. Like,
it was nice.
Gosh,
I had a Starbucks for the first time in like 5 years. It was great.
Like, we went and got a couples massage. Like, it was great. It was honestly so much fun. It's just like, the fun wasn't overshadowed by feeling like, oh, it's not a real vacation unless you gotta like fly somewhere, or like, no, it was great just for where it was.
That's one thing I've always wanted for my family, and things I liked about the family, my family of origin. Little things are big things. Like, if we doing it for a reason, it's for that reason. Who cares what anybody else thinks? This is my vacation. My family growing up, we didn't fly out anywhere. If we flew anywhere, it was back home to Jamaica. And it's just like, we're going to Jamaica.
I was saying, is that really a vacation for y'all?
It's like, sometimes it was more so for my parents because they got a hotel room, but also they kicked us out and told us to go stay with our cousins.
Hilarious.
It was more so for them, and I'm nowadays I'm like, no, I get that. I'm definitely gonna be doing that, because the fuck this little baby gonna do at this big ass hotel? Y'all gonna be bored sitting on this beach with nobody to play with. Like, go play with your cousins.
Yeah.
Hang out with them. I spend this money for me.
Hilarious.
So yeah, it's big little things to other people is gonna be big for me. Like celebrate everything we have, no matter what somebody else thinks of it, no matter what other people did. If this is happening for us, this is for us. That's just how I see it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say never. I mean, everybody compares to something, but
sorry, y'all. My hip is hurting. I'm trying to stay comfortable.
But I've never been the type to be like, I need that. I wish I was doing that with them.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. It's like, I'm going to do what I want. If I'm doing it, it's what I want to do, and I'm having a good time. I'm not comparing it to anybody else, or have no need to compare it. Like, our anniversary, we spent at a bed and breakfast. And I'm just like, never been to a bed and breakfast.
Never been to a bed and breakfast.
Didn't know what to expect.
Here we go.
But also, I'm always going to be going to bed and breakfast in the middle of the week.
Oh, always. Always. It was beautiful. I was gonna say, it was one night we had like the whole place to ourselves.
Just like vacation. I went on a Sunday or a Saturday. We didn't get back until like a Wednesday. I made sure we got there when everybody else was leaving for the prior holiday. I was like, I like this. I'm going to start planning shit just like this when everybody's gone. I can have fun doing everything.
It was nice. It was really nice. Like,
so.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even with the unexpected surprise, like we had been planning vacation before I found out I was pregnant. And then, like,
a week before.
I was gonna say, I feel like it was like a week or two before.
Yep.
Found out I was pregnant. I was like, well, there's vacation. But it just but like you said, we still made it something that was beautiful. And I feel like finding out I was pregnant added like an extra layer to the beautifulness of it all for us. So yeah, man.
If anything, this year taught me to just do what you want, live how you want, whatever your purview is. If it's good for you, it's good for you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Spend your money because you can't take it with you.
Right.
Obviously, the world is burning down around us, but everybody in power don't care, so why should I?
Hilarious. Yeah, I agree. I'll say, if anything, this year has really just taught me that, it's okay to say what you want. Like, you're like, and it seems like it's a really big thing for me, because it's like I have, that part of my personality is not as developed, and the part that just is like, nah, say what you want with your chest. Do what you want to do. I'm always down. No, what will somebody else think? But
remember, I got your back. I'm your hype man.
Hilarious.
But
that's the most part.
On the topic of doing what you want, we had Wagyu for the first time and the 8th time in the same year.
Yes.
This is great. This is my life. I love it. Yeah. I ain't mad at it.
At all. And I'm sure some people would be like, why are you spending money on special meat? Because I want to.
Because I want to, and it's good for me.
I'm good.
Who are you? Why aren't you not spending money on it? You go to Wegmans. You spending money on special grass, aren't you?
At Wegmans?
Yeah, the Whole Food places.
Oh, gosh. Hilarious.
So, don't be mad at me and my special meat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 2021 has been a doozy, and I don't know. I'm interested to see what we learn in 2022. Knowing that we'll be learning how to be parents well.
I'm about to say, what is Harley going to teach us now?
Also, learning how to keep a kid alive. I guess
it's really just it's just those first 4 or 6 months. Once they still malleable and they could just self-implode. Yeah. After you get over that mark, I feel like it's gonna be solid. It's just after that is the teaching and the walking and all of that shit. But as long as I don't gotta lay them down and check them every 2 hours to make sure they still breathing.
Hilarious.
After that, I'll be good.
No, I I can't wait to see her come into like her own personality and what type of person she's gonna be. And I feel like that's a lifelong thing.
Looks at her hands and finds out she's a real person.
Hilarious.
Like, oh shit, I have agency.
I exist. Funny. So yeah, those are some of the things that we've learned and have taken away from this year. Let us know what impactful lessons you have learned throughout the year. Tell us a funny story about some shit that has happened that you've dealt with. Like, just let us know.
Yeah. You know what the comment section is. Thanks for watching us this past year. Thanks for subscribing. Yes. Go ahead and share this out. Let's get more people to join the Scott Gang for next year. And you can sign up.
All right. Well, this has been Shootin' with the Scotts. And we have been the Scotts.
It's been real, y'all.
Bye.
Hey everybody, co-host Peter stopping by to say thanks for watching and to let you know if you like this video, check out last week's video and the playlist with all of our episodes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when our vlogs, podcasts, and gameplays drop. It's been real, y'all.